I'm Anna.
And I'm Mark. Hey, Anna, I have to confess something embarrassing that happened to me yesterday.
Oh no, what happened?
So I was in the elevator with my neighbor, and we just stood there in complete silence for 7 floors. 7 floors, Anna. I wanted to say something, but my brain just froze.
Oh, Mark, that's the worst. The awkward elevator silence. Did you at least smile?
I tried, but I think it came out more like a weird grimace. You know that face when you're trying to look friendly, but you're actually panicking inside?
Yes, we've all been there. And you know what? That's exactly what we're talking about today. How to start conversations without that awkward panic.
Perfect timing, because honestly, I need this episode more than anyone.
Well, you're not alone. Starting conversations in English, especially small talk, is something many learners struggle with, but it doesn't have to be scary.
Before we dive into how to break the ice and keep conversations flowing, we need to ask something important from you, our amazing listeners.
That's right. If you're enjoying SpeakFlow English and finding these episodes helpful, please hit that subscribe button right now. It really helps us reach more English learners around the world.
Yes, subscribe to SpeakFlow English, give us a like, and share this episode with a friend who also feels nervous about starting conversations. Trust me, they'll thank you.
And please leave us a comment. Tell us, what's the most awkward conversation moment you've ever had? Or what topics do you find hardest to talk about in English? We read every single comment.
Your stories make us feel less alone in our awkwardness. Plus, they help us create episodes that really address your challenges.
All right, Mark, ready to turn you into a small talk master?
I was born ready. Well, actually, I'm terrified, but let's do it anyway.
So today's topic is all about small talk and conversation skills in English. Mark, even though you just shared that embarrassing elevator story, why do you think this topic is so important for English learners?
Well, I think it's because small talk is everywhere. Whether you're at work, meeting new people, traveling, or even just waiting in line at a coffee shop, small talk is how we connect with others.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Many English learners focus on grammar and vocabulary, which is great, but then they freeze when it's time to have a real, spontaneous conversation.
Right, because small talk isn't about perfect grammar. It's about being friendly, showing interest, and making people feel comfortable.
Absolutely. And in English-speaking cultures, small talk is especially important. It's how we show we're polite, approachable, and interested in others.
So, what's the main idea of today's episode, Anna?
Great question. Here it is. Small talk doesn't require perfect English or knowing everything about every topic. It's about having a few reliable conversation starters, showing genuine interest, and being comfortable with the natural flow of conversation, including pauses.
I love that because I think a lot of learners, including me sometimes, put too much pressure on themselves. They think every conversation has to be brilliant and mistake-free.
Exactly. But the truth is, the best conversations are relaxed, natural, and sometimes a little imperfect. That's what makes them human.
So today, we're going to break down how to start conversations, what topics work well, how to keep conversations going, and how to exit gracefully when it's time to end the chat.
Perfect. Let's turn those awkward silences into comfortable conversations.
Okay, Anna, let's start with the basics. What exactly is small talk?
Good question. Small talk is light, casual conversation about everyday, non-controversial topics. It's not deep philosophical discussions or intense debates. It's friendly chat.
So things like the weather, weekend plans, or how someone's day is going.
Exactly. Small talk serves a social purpose. It breaks the ice, which means it helps people feel comfortable with each other before diving into deeper topics.
And I think that's where a lot of learners struggle. They think, why are we talking about the weather? It's so boring. But they don't realize it's actually serving a social function.
Yes. In English-speaking cultures, jumping straight into personal or serious topics can feel too intense. Small talk creates common ground, shared experiences or interests that help build connection.
So it's like a social warm-up.
Perfect analogy. Now let's talk about how to actually start conversations. What are some reliable conversation starters?
Okay, so the absolute easiest one is commenting on the situation you're both in. For example, if you're at a conference, you could say, "This presentation is really interesting," or "Have you been to this event before?"
Yes. Situational conversation starters are perfect because you automatically have something in common. You're both in the same place, experiencing the same thing.
Here are some examples. Listeners, repeat after us. Ready?
This weather is beautiful today, isn't it?
Have you been waiting long?
This coffee smells amazing.
That's a great jacket. Where did you get it?
Notice how these are simple, positive, and relate to the immediate situation?
Exactly. Now, another great strategy is asking open-ended questions. These are questions that can't be answered with just yes or no.
Right. Instead of, did you have a good weekend, which can just get a yes, try, how was your weekend? Or, what did you get up to this weekend?
That invites the person to share more. Let's practice some open-ended questions.
What do you do for work?
How do you know the host at a party?
What brings you to this area?
What do you like to do in your free time?
Perfect. Now, let's talk about universal safe topics for small talk. Mark, what topics usually work well?
Great question. Weather is the classic one. It sounds cliche, but it works because everyone experiences weather and has opinions about it.
Beautiful day today, or can you believe this rain? Are perfect. Other safe topics include weekend plans or recent activities.
Yes. Any plans for the weekend? Or did you do anything fun this weekend? These are friendly and not too personal.
Food is another great topic. Have you tried the restaurant that just opened downtown? Or do you know any good coffee shops around here?
Ooh, travel and hobbies work well too. Have you traveled anywhere interesting recently? Or what do you like to do to unwind?
Now let's talk about topics to avoid, especially when you're just meeting someone or in professional settings.
Right. Generally, avoid politics, religion, money, and very personal topics until you know someone better.
And avoid complaining too much. If someone asks you, how are you? Don't launch into a list of everything going wrong in your life.
Yes, keep it positive, at least at first. You can say, "I'm doing well, thanks. A bit tired, but good overall. How about you?"
Perfect. Now let's talk about how to keep the conversation flowing once you've started it.
This is where a lot of people struggle. They start the conversation okay, but then hit an awkward silence and panic.
Right. So here's the key. Use active listening. That means really paying attention to what the other person says and responding with follow-up questions or comments.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's say someone tells you, I went hiking this weekend. Instead of just saying, oh, nice, you could say, oh, really? Where did you go? Or, I love hiking. What trail did you do?
So you're showing genuine interest in giving them a chance to say more.
Exactly. Another technique is finding common ground. If they mention something you share, highlight it. Oh, you like Italian food? Me too. Have you been to that place on Main Street?
And what about when there is a pause? Because pauses happen even in conversations between native speakers.
Great point. First, don't panic. A brief pause is totally normal. Take a breath, and if you need to, you can ask a related question about something they mentioned earlier, share a related personal experience, or introduce a new topic with, by the way, or, oh, that reminds me of.
Let's practice some phrases for keeping conversation flowing. Repeat with us.
That's interesting. Tell me more about that.
Really? What was that like?
That reminds me of when I...
Speaking of which, have you ever...
Perfect. Now let's talk about body language. Remember, conversation isn't just words. It's how you present yourself physically, too.
Yes, make eye contact, but not in a creepy, intense way. Just comfortable, natural eye contact that shows you're paying attention.
Smile genuinely. It makes you seem friendly and approachable. And face the person you're talking to. Don't look around the room like you're trying to escape.
Yes, and nod when they're talking to show you're listening and engaged.
Now let's talk about how to wrap up a conversation politely when it's time to go.
This is important. You don't want to just walk away mid-sentence, but you also don't want to be trapped in a conversation forever.
Right. Here are some polite ways to end a conversation.
It was really nice talking to you. I should probably get going, but let's stay in touch.
I've enjoyed this conversation. I need to run to my next meeting, but it was great meeting you.
Thanks for the chat. I'm going to grab another coffee. Do you want anything?
That last one is nice because you're being friendly even as you exit the conversation.
And if you want to see the person again, you can exchange contact information. Could I get your email? I'd love to continue this conversation sometime.
Perfect. Now let's talk about common mistakes English learners make with small talk.
Mistake number 1, being too formal. Small talk is casual. You don't need to say, "Good morning, how are you doing on this fine day?" Just, "Hey, how's it going?" is perfect.
Mistake number 2, answering questions with just one word. If someone asks you, "How was your weekend?" don't just say, "Good." Say, "Good. I went to the park with my family. How was yours?"
Mistake number 3, asking too many questions in a row without sharing anything about yourself. Conversation is a two-way street.
And mistake number 4, memorizing phrases and delivering them like a robot. It's okay to stumble or hesitate. That's natural.
Now, let's talk about mindset shifts. Because I think anxiety about conversation is really just about mindset.
Absolutely. Instead of thinking, I'm going to say something stupid and embarrass myself, try saying, conversation is practice and every interaction helps me improve.
Perfect. Or instead of, I need to be interesting and impressive, say, I just need to be curious and friendly. People like good listeners.
Yes. And instead of, there's going to be awkward silence and it will be terrible, say, pauses are normal. I can handle them calmly and naturally.
And here's a big one. Instead of, my English isn't good enough for conversation, say, my English is good enough to connect with people, and that's what matters.
These mindset shifts are so powerful. They remove the pressure and help you focus on connection rather than perfection.
Now let's talk about the benefits of improving your small talk skills.
Benefit number 1, you'll make more friends and connections. People who are good at small talk build relationships more easily.
Benefit number 2, you'll feel more confident in social and professional situations. No more elevator panic.
Exactly. Benefit number 3, you'll actually enjoy speaking English more because conversation becomes less stressful and more fun.
And benefit number 4, your overall fluency improves. The more you practice real conversations, the more natural your English becomes.
Yes. And here's the positive cycle. You practice small talk, which builds confidence. You feel more comfortable starting conversations, so you do it more often. More practice leads to better skills, which makes you even more confident.
I love that cycle. Now let's give listeners some practical daily goals.
Perfect. Goal number 1, learn 5 conversation starters this week. Write them down and practice saying them out loud.
Goal number 2, watch a TV show or movie and pay attention to how characters start and maintain conversations. What topics do they use?
Goal number 3, practice small talk with someone this week. It could be a colleague, a barista, or even someone in your English class.
And goal number 4, record yourself answering common small talk questions like, how was your weekend? Or what do you do for fun? Listen back and see how you sound.
These goals are achievable and practical. Now let's share some power phrases.
Here's the first one. I don't need to be brilliant. I just need to be friendly and curious.
Love it. Here's another. Every conversation is practice. Even if it feels awkward, I'm improving.
Perfect. How about people appreciate when I try to connect? They're not judging every word I say.
Yes. And here's one more. Small talk is a skill. And like any skill, I get better with practice.
Those are so empowering. Now let's talk about fun ways to practice small talk at home.
Great idea. Method 1. Role play conversations with yourself or a friend. Take turns being different characters in different situations.
Method 2, join online conversation groups or language exchange platforms where you can practice with real people in a supportive environment.
Method 3, follow English-speaking vloggers or podcasters and notice how they interact with people they interview or meet on the street.
Method 4, practice in your head. When you're out and about, imagine what you would say to start a conversation with people around you.
And Method 5, keep a journal of good conversation starters or interesting topics you come across. Build your personal conversation toolkit.
These are all excellent strategies. And remember, listeners, everyone feels nervous about conversation sometimes, even native speakers.
So true. The difference is that people who are good at small talk have practiced and developed strategies. And now you have those strategies too.
And here's a secret. Most people are also nervous about awkward silences and saying the wrong thing. So when you start a friendly conversation, they're usually grateful.
Exactly. You're actually doing them a favor by breaking the ice. Okay, everyone. We're coming to the end of today's episode. Mark, can you summarize the main points for our listeners?
Of course. So today we talked about what small talk is and why it matters in English-speaking cultures, how to break the ice with situational comments and open-ended questions, universal safe topics, weather, weekend plans, food, travel, hobbies, topics to avoid, politics, religion, money, very personal subjects, how to keep conversations flowing with active listening and follow-up questions, the importance of body language, eye contact, smiling, engaged posture, how to wrap up conversations politely, common mistakes to avoid, being too formal, one-word answers, too many questions, mindset shifts to reduce conversation anxiety, benefits of improving small talk skills, practical goals and fun practice methods, power phrases for building confidence.
Perfect summary. And here's the most important message. Don't compare yourself to native speakers or people who seem naturally outgoing. The only question that matters is, am I a little more comfortable with conversation than I was yesterday?
Yes. Maybe yesterday you stayed silent in the elevator like me, and tomorrow you smile and say, "How's your day going?" That's progress. Celebrate it.
Exactly. Every small interaction counts. And remember, the goal isn't to be the most interesting person in the room. The goal is to connect with people, even briefly, in a warm and friendly way.
And here's the truth. Even the smoothest conversationalists have awkward moments. It's part of being human. The difference is they don't let it stop them from trying again.
So true. And here's a challenge for you this week. Start one conversation with someone new. Just one. It could be as simple as, "How's your day going?" to someone in line with you.
And then come back and leave us a comment telling us how it went. We want to hear your success stories or even your funny, awkward moments.
Yes, your experiences inspire other learners and remind everyone that we're all learning together.
Okay, before we go, one more time, if this episode was helpful, please subscribe to SpeakFlow English right now.
Your subscription helps us create more practical lessons like this. And please share this episode with a friend who also struggles with starting conversations.
And leave us a comment. Tell us what's your favorite conversation starter, or what topic do you find easiest to talk about in English?
We'll be back next week with another practical English lesson to help you communicate confidently in real-world situations.
Until then, remember, you've got everything you need to start friendly conversations. You just need to take that first step.
So the next time you're in an elevator, at a party, or standing in line, take a breath, smile, and say something. You've got this.
Keep learning, stay positive, and most importantly, don't be afraid of a little awkwardness. It makes the best stories.
Bye, everyone. Keep flowing with English, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, and remember, every great friendship started with a simple hello.